Now, what about those of you out there in your 30s? Now, for many people, that's a time when you're going to focus on marriage, kids, buying a home, stuff that can cost big bucks and keep you from stashing money away for your retirement. What's going to help? It's called a plan. Check out this. Devon and Jay are 30-somethings with marriage, children, and money on their minds. So they went to an expert to find out how to afford their dreams.
We have no financial plan.
That's mistake number one.
The first thing we really want to do is to produce for them a written financial plan, basically a financial roadmap.
First stop on that roadmap is maximizing retirement plans, like a 401k, especially if your company matches contributions. That's free money and free tax savings. If your work doesn't offer a retirement plan, open an individual retirement account, either a traditional IRA or a Roth. If you think you don't have the extra money to save, take a closer look. Lynn's clients first track every dollar spent for 1 month. Odds are, this cash flow study will find dollars you're wasting.
If someone would buy lunch 3 times a week, over their working lifetime, it's close to, believe it or not, about $160,000 that they're actually eating away.
That stat really hit home with Jay. He's agreed to start bringing lunch to work instead of eating out daily. The money saved will go into his work's matching 401k plan.
Looks like we'll be able to afford that boat, honey.
If you stop eating lunch at work.
When you start making me lunch, I'll stop eating at work.
I liked what that guy said. But anyway, no matter what your age or your goal for that matter, I hope you picked up what that story was putting down. Having a plan, shortest path to getting where you're going. So do you have one? Elaine, do they have one when you meet with people?
Most of 50% of everybody doesn't have any plans. So at the age of 30s, what you really should concentrate in is to avoid the downside. So basically, make sure you have an emergency fund, make sure you not dip into credit cards, and most importantly, if you have children, make sure you have an insurance policy that if something were to happen to either one of the parties, they don't get in debt, deep in debt. So you're really controlling the downside so that you can keep growing in your later years.
I've always made it a policy not to have an insurance policy. I want to be worth more alive than dead. I don't have kids, but I don't want, to give my wife any temptation, to get rid of anything.
That's right.
But by and large, though, do you see that, do people in their 30s that you meet with, do they often have a plan? Do they need help?
No, they don't realize the importance of long-term planning. And I think, again, the value of the money time, the time value of money. So if you save $1 today, it's going to grow higher if you have a longer period of time, because the rule of 72, as you've heard, every 10 years at 10%, the money can double.
How do you get people off the dime, though? I mean, this is the hardest thing. Everybody knows they're supposed to be saving. Everybody's got it. But it's hard for them to get going. Do you have some, is there some special technique you can do to freak people out and really get them to start saving?
Well, there are some tools online that everybody can use. Or you can simply use an Excel spreadsheet. There are a lot of people that I know that say, oh, I don't know where my money goes. I'm just scraping through. Well, if you don't keep track of everything and you don't know exactly where you spend, you're really making a choice every day, every time you open your wallet.
You're talking about a plan.
Exactly, a plan. And
So
it has to be smart.
we need to get people to make plans. Okay, now we're going to move on again. 10 years farther into time.